everyone, my name is Bree and this is Baymax. She is a 15-month-old Gypsy Vanner filly, so she's kind of short on patience sometimes. So for the sake of this video, I kind of already started her grooming lesson. I apologize, the person that I was going to be giving a lesson to today ended up getting sick, so last minute, here we are, just the two of us. And I don't think you can see him, but her brother is in the stall right here. And so you might hear some kicking and screaming. That's just him being spoiled. So to start, sorry that you guys can't kind of follow me around a little bit for this grooming. So for Baymax, her fur is very thick. I don't know if you can see it, but it's very long and very thick. So when I go and I start brushing her, I always start out brushing her mane and her tail. And I've gotten her mane, nice and brushed out already. I have not gotten to her tail yet because her tail typically takes me like 35 minutes just in itself. But when I brush her mane and her tail, I will take the brush and just kind of scrub all over her body because she's really itchy, and you can see her right now. She just loves it so much. She just goes crazy for it. So I give her some nice, loving body scritches before I, really start, excuse me, before I really start giving her the lowdown on brushing. And typically with most horses, you're never gonna need to, curry them with a mane and tail brush. But, because her fur is so long and so thick, and she just loves it so much, just look at all of those itchy faces. Yeah, so I will start kind of by currying her with the brush. And, it's also a lot easier too because the curry comb that I have, well, let me show you. The curry comb I have for her is just, one of your basic jellies. So, yeah, so it's just one of your basic jellies. I mean, she likes it, but it doesn't really get nice and into her fur like the brush would, so that's why I like to use that first. And she's actually a little sweaty because I came in here and her door was shut, so it's getting kind of warm in here at night, and so she's just a little sweaty. But anyways, so to start, you have basically 3 main body brushes for a horse, not including their mane and tail and their hoof and the hoof pick. And if you include those, that's 5. So you'll have a I'm going to show you. So you'll have three main body brushes, and that's going to be the curry comb, which is, I like the jellies. Hi, Baymax. Hi. I like the jelly brushes because they're soft and squishy. Shh, it's okay. They're really great for bath times. They're super easy to clean. When they get too dirty for me, just kind of scrub them off and then stick them in the dishwasher. Super simple. And that is really great for getting all of the dirt that is trapped underneath their fur. It gets those little bits of, say mud caked on, and maybe they have some sand stuck under their coat, and it's really good. Let me come over to this side. She's a wiggly little baby. So yeah, it just gets that dirt and it brings it to the surface. Kind of like if when you go to the beach, for example, and you just scratch your hair, scratch it to try and get all that sand out. That's similar to what the curry comb does. And And it's just nice too, because it's kind of just like a nice little massage for them. They really like it. I mean, clearly you can tell Miss Baymax here likes it. So I like to give her a nice scrub, and of course, you know, being a gypsy banner with all that fur, I get lots of these. I just toss them on the ground to sweep up later. But so Baymax here is also going to be in training for to become a therapy horse. So obviously she's too young now, but that's what we purchased her for. And you know, when she gets to be about 3 is hopefully when we can start incorporating her into a groundwork therapy program. So she's, you know, has a long way to go. She's got a long way to go, but again, she's only 15 months old, and so she's just kind of enjoying her baby years. But so after you scrub their whole body with the curry comb, and again, you know, I could just curry her for hours, and she would just dump hair because of the breed she is. I mean, obviously you can see these beautiful feathers that she has. You know, those are hard to clean. She loves bath time though. So anyways, so when you're done with the curry comb or your jelly, then you go and take your hard brush. So the hard brush is different than the soft brush because the hard brush has these really thick bristles, and the soft brush has these really soft bristles. So they have 2 different purposes. I like to tell my kids that the hard brush is to get all of that dirt that you just brought up to the surface. It takes it and it pushes it all to the ground, kind of like a broom. So when you use these hard brushes, the hard brush and the soft brush, you always want to brush the direction that their fur grows. It's different with the curry comb, because when you're using the curry comb, you want to brush in circles, so that way, I know, you just love it, you just love it. With the curry comb, you want to kind of brush in circles, so that way you get all of that dirt and that sand and whatever is caked underneath there, fur, bring it up to the surface, and then whenever you're done with that, using the soft brush and the hard brush, you brush in the direction that their hair grows. And this just prevents it from the dirt getting back under the fur, which is what you don't want. The purpose of, you know, brushing a horse is to make them clean, not put the dirt back in them. So, you know, I'll just kind of brush Baymax all throughout her body, and, you know, brushing with this hard brush everywhere that I just used the curry comb. So she is a little bit sweaty, so it's a little bit more difficult for me, but, you know, so I just kind of got to keep getting in there, and she's just being a silly little girl. But she gets impatient when I'm not scratching her. Her favorite spot to be scratched with these big old long nails is right here on her withers. Oh, yeah, she just loves it. She loves it right there. And then I stop, and then she's just like, what the heck, Mom? So, anyways, with a horse like her, I usually do use 2 hands when I'm doing these, the hard brush, just because, you know, like I said, she is sweaty, and so it's kind of harder to get her fur to lay back the way that it should, because, you know, it's wet with sweat. So, you know, I'll just go through her whole body again, like I said, and kind of get everything off that I can. And so when you're brushing a baby like this, you know, of course she knows me, I'm Mom, so she's pretty well behaved. But if you're a beginner, there are several areas of the horse that you want to avoid. One of them is directly in front of them. You don't ever want to do that. Number one, especially with the baby, she can just she might just nudge you and she might push you over. If you're young, then she could push you on the floor, then it could scare her, and you don't want her to step on you. The second area that you want to avoid is right behind their butt and right behind their back legs. So I always tell my kids that you want to stay on the side of their tail, in front of their tail. So you never want to be back behind their legs far enough to where you're behind their tail, even if you're to the side. So I always tell my kids that if they're gonna be, let's see if I can pull her over here. So if you're gonna be back by their tail, you wanna be, in front of their back legs, never behind, never in the back. And that's just because, horses have very good kicking legs, especially, hey, it's okay, I know, patience is hard for a baby. They're really good at kicking, and nobody wants to get kicked. Their hooves weigh a lot, and they are very strong, and it hurts very bad. So it's generally just better to avoid those areas. Now, with her, the soft brush isn't really going to do much good, especially right now because she's sweaty, but it's the same thing with the hard brush. You're just going to go and you're going to brush all around her body towards the direction that her fur grows. So, brush down her legs. And so this soft brush, this I call the shiny brush. So, if you're at a horse show and you have, say, a thoroughbred or a quarter horse or a horse that generally has shorter fur. Once you use your curry comb, once you use your curry comb and once you use your hard brush and you get, hey, it's okay, it's okay. She just wants treats. She knows I have them. So once you use your curry and your hard brush, this soft brush you use and you go over the horse's body and it gets all of the little dust particles on the top of their skin. Sorry, she's a baby. And it makes them shiny. So that's what this soft brush is great for. It's also really great for the face. The bristles aren't hard, they're very soft, so you can just brush right over their eyes. Look at her beautiful face. Hi, Big Max. I know. You're such a pretty girl. So you just brush right over their eyes. It doesn't hurt them. If anything, sometimes they really like it. Those are the three main body brushes. So then I'll put those to the side right there. And so the next thing when it comes to brushing is picking their hooves. So Baymax is a baby, and we just want to make sure I reiterate this time and time again. Hey, so when you're going to pick hooves, hey, stop it. I know, she just ate dinner. She's not hungry. She's just being a pill. So when you do their hooves, it might be better to use, my gelding for this. She's a little patienced out. What? It's okay. You want to smell it? But you want to stand directly to the side. I'll go to the side. You want to stand directly to the side of their legs. And typically you want to face the back end of them. So the way you get them to pick up their foot, we'll see if Baymax does it. If she does it, if she doesn't let us do it because she's, baby, short patience, we'll put the video on pause and I'll get my gelding. So stand to their side, and then you want to take your hand and run it down their leg. And then, they should pick their leg right up, but if they don't, she's got these big old long feathers, and I can just pull them right up, just like that. And then I can hold her leg up nice and efficiently. So then we'll just, unfortunately, I can't show you what it looks like because I'm only one person right now. So sorry about that. Like I said, my kiddo that I was going to teach ended up not feeling well, so just ended up being me today. So I'll wait to pick out her feet until you know, we're done with our video. So Baymax is a really good horse to practice safety with, because as you can see, she's pretty fidgety. We did all of her body brushing, and you know, she's ready to be done. She's ready to go back in her stall, and she's probably gonna ask me for a snack, and you know, I'm gonna say no. But so she's a great horse to you know, practice safety with. I mean, I wouldn't have one of my students come in here and be right next to her when she's acting like this, but for me, I'm used to it. So because she's a baby, you know, and if I have kids watching, stop. You know, I can tell them, hey, you know, this is a perfect example of why you want to avoid their feet. It's okay, it's okay. You know, because if she does that and one of my kids' feet are right under hers, she's gonna stomp on their feet and it's gonna really hurt. I've personally had toes broken before by getting stepped on by a horse, and it's not fun. So, you know, when I have kids and, you know, I'm trying to do a demo, I can show them that this is the behavior that we want to be careful of, and that we want to make sure that we stay safe with. So they, you know, that way they can say, okay, hey, when I go to walk around her, instead of walking right next to her, I'm gonna go as close to the side as I can. And you know, I also teach my kids the importance of never walking behind a horse ever, especially never ever unannounced. So staying at a boarding facility, there's not a lot of horses here, but there are enough. And you know, when I bring some of my kids here, there are times where I have horses in cross ties, and these are cross ties, by the way. It clips right onto their halter here, so that way your horse can't go anywhere. We don't want a horse running off while we're, you know, working with them. So, you know, when horses are in cross ties, I always tell my kids, if they are behind them, then they need to wait till they can safely get the attention of the horse's owner, and then ask permission, always ask permission before they can, you know, go from behind to the front of them. Doesn't matter if they're all the way backed up to the side like this or not. All it takes is just one quick little thing to scare the horse before they flip around over backwards, and you know, then we don't want crushed kids. Nobody likes crushed kids. And it's the same thing when they're in the front of the horse. So if I have a student and, you know, they see a horse in cross ties right here and they want to go back behind them, you know, they'll say, hey, Miss Bree, can I please, you know, pass your horse? And I'll say, you know, of course, sure. Let me just walk to the side of her. And I always wait for somebody to be standing next to the horse, so that way my student or my child can pass by safely. See, hi, you're just being a pill. She's losing her mind right now. she's done. Let me get her a cookie before I put her back. So, of course, she's not gonna get this cookie now, but so she is done. She has reached her her patience level. So when I go to put her back, hey, stop! You're not gonna get a cookie if you're gonna act like that. No. Yeah, so I just want to make sure that I put the lead rope, put it on the hook underneath her chin, and we'll safely take these cross ties off. Just kind of let her fall safely to the ground like that. And so the proper way to turn her around is to walk her a little bit forward, and then we're going to turn her And there you have it. And we're gonna close her top door. Good girl. There we go. Well, thanks for hanging out with me today, and sorry this couldn't have been a, sorry this couldn't have been a better video. Next time I will hopefully make sure that, you know, my kiddos aren't sick. But anyways, have a good night. Okay, bye guys.